Hey there guys, welcome to a Power Rangers kind of behind the scenes update video that I wanted to make. I am actually currently hard at work on the next video because I know I have some catching up to do. I'm going to try to have that video out by Tuesday, but maybe Wednesday or Thursday, definitely not Sunday like last time. Hard at work already. I'm right now making my list of Rangers. You want to look? Here we go. Did you see that? Did you see that? That was a quick look at my process, which I'm going to explain in a moment. I wonder if that was slow enough for somebody to take a screen cap of. Anyway, I wanted to make this video because I've been getting a couple of comments that have expressed some confusion on exactly what I was asking for when I was asking you guys to vote for your favorite Power Ranger. I think the best way to explain what I'm looking for is to go into the two examples of things that complicate it a little. I kind of said before that I wanted you to separate it from the character just to vote for the powers. That's not exactly what I meant, because I'm obviously going to factor the character into ranking them on the list. A ranger is more than just the suit of powers on the outside, it's also the person on the inside. What I more meant was like with Tommy, who has been multiple rangers, I was saying don't just vote for Tommy. You know, pick one of the rangers that Tommy has been and base your vote on who Tommy was at that time. Because Tommy was obviously a very different ranger as Mighty Morphin Green than he was Dino Thunder Black. And there's even significant differences between green and white, you know, and Red Zeo and Red Turbo and on and so on. So I meant just pick one of those sets of powers. And alternatively, you can't just say Mighty Morphin Red because that's either Jason or Rocky. You can't just say MMPR Black because that's Zach or Adam, and so on. So, you know, in a case like that, pick one of the sets of powers, but tell me which Ranger you're voting for. You know, because, for example, Jason and Rocky, they had different roles, different personalities, and they were two very different Rangers overall. So that's kind of what I was talking about there. You know, vote for a particular ranger, a single season ranger, and the character that was inside them at that time. You know, it mainly just applies to Tommy and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but you know, go with what you got. Okay, I also said I was going to explain my process a little bit because the list is going to be called Top 10 Power Rangers, but I want to be a little more fair to all of the seasons, all of the history of the show, than others might be. I know a lot of people would make that list and go, okay, here's my top 10 Power Rangers. Number 1, Tommy. Number 2, Jason. Number 3, Kimberly. Number 4, Billy. Number 5, Zach. Number 6, Trini. Number 7, Adam. Number 8, Aisha. Number 9, Rocky. Number 10, Kimberly. And there you go. Those are the top 10 Power Rangers. All Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is a very nostalgia-heavy franchise. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are nearly worshipped, as I mentioned before, way back in my Super Megaforce review where they turned into them in the first time. You know, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are not gods. The only thing that's incredibly special about them is that they were the first. You know, and there's a wide history of this show. So in order to make it fair, what I'm doing is I am picking one Ranger from each season. And again, just like with the villains, Samurai and Super Samurai are the same cast, so that's going to be one season. I believe, I'm pretty sure that Antonio, the Gold Ranger, was introduced during Samurai and carried over to Super Samurai, so that wouldn't change anything. And then since I'm not doing, I should mention this too, I am not doing a bottom 10 Rangers list. I don't want to speak that negatively about any particular Rangers, you know, so I'm only doing a top 10 list. So I'm going to then sort through the pool that I've made of one Ranger from each season, and from that pick a top 10 list. So you may say, why was this Ranger left out? Why was this Ranger left out? You know, there's another Ranger on that team that is a lot better than the Ranger right below them on the list. Okay, you know, but I'm trying to spread it out. One Ranger from each season, and then we'll pick the 10 best out of that group. The list is coming along. See, looks just like that. There you go. There you go. That was even a little bit longer. You might be able to get a screen cap out of that. Oh yes, and Tommy. Speaking of Tommy, using that system, it would be totally possible for Tommy to be the best ranger on his teams in each season, and then as many as half of the top 10 could be Tommy. So I've made Team Tommy its own team and selected my favorite Tommy from the group, and then made that the designation for that season and eliminated the other Rangers. The only thing I'm going to tell you about that at this point is that you may be very surprised at my choice. Okay, I think I have clarified anything and everything. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them as comments on this video. You can vote here as well, although I would appreciate you voting back on the bottom 10 villains video. But if you want to vote here as well, I will check this video for voting comments as well. I do appreciate you guys voting and watching and commenting and everything. I'm appreciating this audience that's building up. The voting is probably going to be open for another couple of days. Like I said, I'm going to suspend the 10 vote requirement and just go with the overall score of who wins. So thank you guys very much for watching. Be looking out for that next video. And until then, may the power protect you.